Good day, sir. This is Ivan Pohas from BS71 Canopus. This is my explanation to my answer. Number one is define rust and corrosions. Rust is an iron oxide, a usually reddish brown oxide formed by the reaction of iron and oxygen in the catalytic presence of water or air moisture. Corrosion, on the other hand, is the deterioration of a material as a result of its interaction with its surroundings and can occur at any point or at any time during petroleum and natural gas processing. Number two is I'm discussing safety practice on derusting for painting safely. Before derusting, make sure that everyone wears personal protective equipment, or also known as the PPE, such as the helmet, boots, mask, eye shield, and ear protection. In derusting, there are steps to be followed. First is remove loose rust, wherein it needed a wire brush to tear away all the loose rust and any paint. Hammer and scraper are also used in this if the section of the rust are large, or using a power tools that can remove rust on a surface. And next of it is to clean the surface to be ready to paint a primer, and after the primer then it is ready to paint the surface. The number three is what is the difference between rust and corrosion. The main difference between rust and corrosion is that rust is a part of corrosion and only accelerated by certain chemicals and usually affects iron substances, whereas corrosion occurs as a result of the chemical influence and it affects a lot of materials such as surface like skin, wood, or metal. Number four is what kind of corrosion is rust. Rust is a form of corrosion. It is an iron oxide, a usually reddish brown oxide formed by the reaction of iron and oxygen in the catalytic presence of water or air moisture. Corrosion can affect different materials. Rust is limited to only iron, and it is always alloys just like a steel. Number five is that what is meant by corrosion and rusting with example. Corrosion and rusting are both oxidation reactions. Corrosion occurs on a wide variety of objects, whether a metal or non-metal, while rusting is limited to only iron and its alloys. The most common example of corrosion is rusting, since rust is a form of corrosion.